So this disgusting spectacle is going to play out tonight in Congress. This address by the convicted felon insurrectionist to a joint session of Congress. I feel like I have to watch this, even though I don't want to. If you don't feel like you need to, I would suggest not. It's just going to drive you nuts. I can already feel my blood pressure going up just thinking about it. Anyway, I know this is not a State of the Union address since he's only been in office for a little over a month. But for all intents and purposes, it's going to feel exactly the same as a State of the Union address. And I absolutely despise State of the Union addresses. I think that they have become just a ridiculous display of partisanship and stupidity. And, while the State of the Union is called for in the Constitution, what we do with this State of the Union address is not what was called for in the Constitution. I mean, it's not unconstitutional or anything, but it's not what was intended, and it's not what we did through most of our history. The Constitution says that from time to time, a president shall report to Congress on the State of the Union. That's what it says. And the purpose is for the president to simply give a report to the Congress about how things are going in the country, so that the president can point out things that are a problem, things that he would like Congress to address, inform Congress about certain things. That's the purpose of it, so that the president can keep Congress in the loop about things. And it's not required that it be an annual report. It just says from time to time. And through most of our history, this was not delivered as a speech to a joint session of Congress. It was simply just a written report that was delivered to Congress. But then we made it into a speech and televised it, and it's just become this ridiculous shit show. And what I really don't like about it is that, at least as far as I'm concerned, it presents this image of the president being the superior of the three branches of government, because here, all of government comes together to watch the president give this speech, and the way the ceremonial aspect of it, with everyone just falling all over the president, kissing his ass, it just makes me sick, honestly. It sickens me even when there's not an insurrectionist criminal as president. I've never liked these things. I don't like how it elevates the president. Not that the president of the United States is not an important position or anything, but it at least as far as I'm concerned, it seems to elevate the president over the other branches of government. There you have the members of the Supreme Court sitting there and all of Congress sitting there. I mean, there's nothing similar for any of the other branches, right? But it's this singular focus on the president and the ass-kissing ceremonial crap. I just can't stand it. And beyond that, it gives the president this stage with all the pomp and circumstance to go up there before the country and just spout off whatever crap he wants to say. And I just hate it. I just really cannot stand it. And like I said, I've always hated it, but I really hate it now with this guy. I will perhaps do a video after the State of the Union if something happens there that I just feel like I need to comment on immediately. But we'll see. So if you want to check in with me after this address, I don't want to fall into the trap of calling this a State of the Union. Also, I don't know what exactly this jackass is going to say tonight, but it's being reported that he might announce that they've got this deal with Ukraine for this minerals deal, where this is what they were supposed to do in the Oval Office, or this is what they were supposed to do on Friday. They were supposed to sign this agreement for the United States to get mineral rights, to be entitled to certain revenue from the extraction of minerals from Ukraine in exchange for certain security guarantees. Now, I am highly skeptical of this deal. I was hoping after the blow up in the Oval Office that this deal was dead and that Ukraine and Europe would basically diplomatically tell Trump to go F himself, and that they'd proceed to protect and defend Ukraine without Donald Trump, because Trump is in no way interested in Ukraine's defense. He works for Putin. I don't know what more evidence people need of that. And so if Trump does announce this agreement is being signed, look, I hope it goes well for Ukraine. I hope we are part of defending Ukraine, but we're not going to. I think this is a pipe dream. I think it's insane. Trump has proven that he is he's a Russian asset. He is working for Putin. There is no way he is going to honor this deal. So what's going to happen, I think, if Zelensky signs any such deal with Trump, is that Trump will take the money from Ukraine, and he will screw him. He will renege on the deal. He will not defend Ukraine. He will not support Ukraine. And while not supporting Ukraine and screwing Ukraine, he will continue to demand the money from Ukraine. That's what's going to happen. And having this deal, partnering with Donald Trump, will give Donald Trump a foot in the door in Ukraine and give him more power to sell Ukraine out to Russia. And that's what I worry about. I hope that's not what happens. I hope that if there's a deal, that it does benefit Ukraine, not just for the benefit of Ukraine, but for the benefit of the world. I really hope that that's what happens. I just really don't think that is what will happen. There's no way. I mean, what? Trump's going to sign this mineral deal and all of a sudden he's going to take Ukraine's side, or he's going to put pressure on Putin, or he's going to be a fair arbiter in a peace deal? No, there is zero chance of that happening. He works for Putin. It's just, to me, it's beyond argument at this point. So I just don't know what good any kind of deal with Donald Trump would be for Ukraine. I think it would only be detrimental to Ukraine. Again, I really hope I'm wrong about that if this deal actually goes through. I just don't think I will be. Anyways, and by the way, one last thing. I really hope that Democrats have a plan for how to deal with this speech tonight. I have my own thoughts on it, but it doesn't matter what I think. They're going to do what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to have a response to Trump's address. I don't know who will give that response. Whatever the response is, I doubt it will be what I think it should be. I think it will be, if they just do the regular old kind of typical response they give to these things, it'll be a complete dud. It won't do any good. This thing is just going to be awful. It's just going to be terrible. Anyway, if you don't have to watch it, do yourself a favor. Don't watch it. Watch Netflix or something. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stick it through the whole thing, to be honest with you. I might just be so friggin' disgusted. But I'm going to attempt to do so. And by the way, if you are on Blue Sky or Twitter, I will also probably be live tweeting as much as I can stand to watch this thing. Anyways, that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.